Hello, my name is Sam Cross, and when I was 9, I was officially diagnosed with muscle disease. My family always had suspicions because there was always something a little different about me when I was younger, and when the summer before my 4th grade year, I had a muscle biopsy done, and it was officially diagnosed that I had collagen 6 myopathy. Now, the reason I bring you this information today is because not a lot of people know a lot about muscle disease in general, especially as rare of a case as mine is, so it's always nice to spread awareness whenever you can. And the three things I'm going to be talking to you about today are first, the different signs and symptoms that I showed when I was young and what other diseases show when they're young. Also, the different various treatments that I've gone through throughout my life to try and fix things. And then also the different changes that my body has gone through over the years that have officially brought me to where I am now. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the different signs and symptoms that I showed, as well as what other types of muscle disease show. And my signs and symptoms were mostly walking on my toes, but I didn't think it was that noticeable, but I guess people in my family did. And then also I was a little bit skinnier, but being skinny runs in my mom's side of the family, so it wouldn't be that abnormal. Also, there are like bumps on my skin on both my thighs and my arms, which is also, I guess, a skin condition that's noticeable with multiple types of muscle disease. And so there's also Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which a lot of people are very familiar with. It's actually a lot more fatal, but signs they often show is curvature of the spine, trouble breathing, clumsiness, weakness, and then usually they have to be in a wheelchair by the time they're in high school, and they don't usually live a very long life. And about 1 in 3,500 male babies are born with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and then about 1 in every 30,000 male babies are born with Becker muscular dystrophy. In my case, only as of 2005, according to a report I read, there's less than 100 cases of collagen 6 myopathy reported in the entire world. And so my next point is the different treatments that I've undergone throughout my life. In 2nd or 3rd grade, I had casts on both my legs that had to be replaced once about every month or so, and then ending with braces to try and keep my legs stretched out. But that eventually went back to normal, so in 4th grade, that's when they did the muscle biopsy, where they take a little sliver of muscle out of your thigh. And I never noticed any pain from that, but I still have a pretty big scar on my thigh from that. And then by 6th grade, they came up with an idea of an Achilles tendon release, where they cut both of your Achilles tendons to try and drop them to the ground, and then they put casts on both your feet to keep them stretched out, followed by braces after that. And I still have scars on both my Achilles tendons that are pretty big from that, and all that, none of it really worked. So there's really no cure for it. Physical therapy and trying to keep stretched out is about the only thing you can do. And my next point, and my final point, is talking about the different changes that I've gone through throughout my life. And that is a lot of tightening and contracting of a lot of the muscles in my body, mainly noticeable in my hands and my ankles. Actually, pretty much everywhere in my body. I can't really stretch out very much. And running and all that stuff stopped in middle school. Getting up off the ground by myself, not easy due to muscle weakness. Going upstairs, all things that I really can't do. I used to be able to ride bikes and all that, but not, maybe not very well, and also not at all now. And then, so I also have to wear sometimes things on my hand when I sleep to keep my hands from being closed all the way, because that is a possibility actually. And then I also have to wear shoes that are usually easy to walk in, but not very mobile now. Pretty much all started when I was in middle school. And so, again, it's always nice to spread awareness about diseases that people don't always know much about, even though they see me pretty often. You may not know a lot about it. And the 3 things I talked to you about today were, first, the different signs and symptoms that you might show and other diseases might show from a very young age. And then second, the different types of treatments that I've undergone that ultimately didn't work because there's no cure. And then also, I have a few pictures to show to you. That's a picture of me standing on my toes. That's spinal curvature. That's not popular, but common with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And then those are the casts that I had on my feet after my surgery, the Achilles tendon release. And that's an example of braces when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade. Yeah, the 3 things I talked about, again, was different signs and symptoms you show, the different treatments there are for it, which didn't work for me, and then also the different changes that I've undergone throughout my life. And thank you for your attention and listening to my speech today.